What is going on YouTube? Hit it back making another brand new crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and as you guys picked, we are going to be looking at VeChain to US dollar. If we have time, obviously the S&P 500. As you guys know, we do a different cryptocurrency on the channel every week, and we are going to be doing a different cryptocurrency next week. So definitely make sure to leave a comment down below as to what altcoin you would like to see reviewed here on the channel. Now, I'm not sure how much longer we're going to review VeChain for good reason, as there's really not much technical analysis that can be done on a coin like this in regards to maybe average to short term, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. But after that, I might actually switch up to a different altcoin later on this week, just because of, you know, the opportunities I've seen in other cryptocurrencies, and ones that I'm seeing in VeChain don't seem to be as good. Now, moving into what we're going to talk about in today's video, obviously we saw a major bearish divergence form on Bitcoin, and we have to continue to monitor that, as that could lead to a major reversal sign in the market, or if we're lucky, just continuing to pump higher. But we obviously have to know that at some point or another, the markets are going to reverse downwards, and we just have to be prepared. We're also going to look at XRP, which continued to pump up and is now starting to see some sort of uncertainty on most of the daily and 4-hour candles that we're forming right now. But otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can DM me over there. But let's jump into today's video. Alright guys, so before we jump into the technical analysis, just want to show you guys my cool studio, what I have right now currently. But I was actually sent a cool care package from Bitcoin Gear, which I did link in the description. I've actually been looking to spice up the channel a little bit more with the shirts that I wear, as well as just promote cryptocurrency, you know, throughout, you know, daily life, going to the gym, hanging out with friends and stuff. So they actually reached out to me and sent me a bunch of cool cryptocurrency style, you know, apparel. And I think it was really cool, and I really appreciate them. They sent a bunch of these cool designs I wanted to show you guys. So this is a Bitcoin hoodie, which is really cool. They then sent this one, which I actually asked them to send me, and I thought it was cool when I first saw it, and now I think I probably shouldn't be wearing this in the videos, but I mean, it still is pretty cool. I really do like the meaning behind it. I know it's kind of in your face, but it is the meaning behind it. It is cryptocurrency. A lot of people have negative thoughts about crypto, but we know here in the community not to care, and that's why we trade. So that's the real reason why I saw this and I like this, and I asked them to send me this one. I do like it. I'm just debating on wearing this. But besides that, these are the two hoodies. They also sent me some cool, you know, shirts that I'll wear. So this one's actually cool, but you can see just like this, it's time for Plan B. Very funny, but I did think this is cool, and I do like how they sent these, and it is a very good material. So definitely make sure, if you are interested, to check it out in the description down below. And then this one's cool. I'll probably have to open it up. You'll see me wearing this on the channel probably a little later. This is Bitcoin Carnivory Club, so I'll have to see exactly what this looks like once I open it up and wear it on the channel. But definitely, you know, huge shout out again to Bitcoin Gear for sending all this cool merchandise. Definitely make sure to check them out, as I did link them in the description. But otherwise, let's jump into today's technical analysis. All right, guys, overall, yesterday's video did insanely well. I did say we're doing that giveaway at 1,000 likes, so let's see where we're at right now. Only 561. Well, we still might do the giveaway, but I definitely wanted to see more, close to 1,000 likes on that video. Regardless, moving into what we had to say, I just want to talk about the current coin market cap. Very interesting movements right now across the board. Top 10 cryptocurrencies, we're mainly seeing some sort of consolidation right now. Markets are only up about 0.8%. You can see Bitcoin not really moving. It's just kind of fluttering. Only Binance coin is actually up, doing 23% today, which is just absolutely insane, as well as Uniswap, which is up 12%. VeChain, the coin that we're going to be reviewing today, is right here as number 19. It's up 40% during the week, but actually down 5% for the most part for today, what we're going to talk about. So it's very interesting. I do want to talk a little bit about VeChain probably towards the end of the video, as I do. It's a very interesting coin. It's showing a lot of interesting signs, and I feel like not everyone in the market is understanding of what exactly is to come. Now, obviously, we're going to dive into the XRP charts right now. As you guys can clearly see, right now, this is what it is appearing as the top to the market. I mean, obviously, we can head up higher. There's no reason why we can't head up higher within XRP. I personally am not investing into XRP until I see some more certainty and more patterns that we can follow and trend on, because right now these are just major flares and major wicks of uncertainty and manipulation where there's FOMO flying into the market. People are then getting nervous thinking that this is the top and selling off, and that's why every time we go a little higher, like to $1.50, which is still insane. I mean, yesterday hit $1.50, but at any point you guys bought in on the way up. Any point higher than $1.37 you tried to get involved in this and didn't sell, you would wake up with less money than you had invested, which is not a good sign. Now, that's why I don't like to play around with risky investments and risky trades, and I do think XRP for right now is showing potential of just higher risk. So I do just want to wait maybe it's a day or two for the consolidation to really pan out before we dive into it. Now, what's interesting is on the 4-hour, we are starting to see another interesting pattern. That's something we can maybe grasp. It's going to be harder because we're on the 4-hour to kind of look at the 2017 history. But you can see right here what it is that we're battling with. We really did not have that much support or resistance prior right here. There's actually a small, key area of resistance right here. It's very small, and I doubt it will really mean anything, but it is kind of referencing the top to this coin. Now, moving forward, the fact that we're battling this right now, if at some point we do get to it, here we go, it is showing some problem zones right here. There is some sort of support. There is some sort of resistance right here, but for the most part, we really are just seeing some sort of sideways channel and sideways trading. This is not necessarily a good thing, and it's leaning more towards a reversal and a bearish correction than it is towards that pump to the upside. Now, once again, I could be totally wrong with this. I could be totally, out of focus and out of touch with the way XRP charts are trading. But as I'm seeing this right now, all indicators are leaning towards reversal. Obviously, FOMO can easily swing a market right back to the upside. But basing it on technical analysis, we were extremely overbought. We were trading closer to about 82 on the relative strength indicator. We were extremely overextended on the MACD, starting to see a bearish cross on that MACD right now, and we're starting to dip lower, which is a good sign, but ultimately indicating that we've extended our reach quite a bit higher than we should have, and it's a good chance that we can correct lower. You also have to consider that we really don't go that much farther away from the moving average on the 4-hour. You'll notice here, there's been days where we've shot up much higher, but at some point we come, ridiculously low back to the downside. And you guys kind of have to, understand that and acknowledge that. I mean, let's just look at this. Last time, back in November, we shot all the way up. We exploded back up November of 2020. We went much higher than the 4-hour moving average, and we immediately reversed back downwards. We had some consolidation here and immediate correction. Moving forward, you can see right here, big shot to the upside. We soared all the way from trading at the moving average right here of 21. We saw a bearish cross in the MACD, and we went all the way to 75 cents and then immediately reversed back down much closer to the moving average. So the likelihood that we're going to stay above this moving average right now just seems very slim, and I don't anticipate that to continue to hold. I more so anticipate reversal and a potential dip back down to eventually, balance itself out with that moving average. So I don't think we're going to kind of stay above that this resistance for much longer. I do think we do need to eventually dive back down, dip back down. Maybe it'll be an aggressive pullback to the moving averages. That's really where my mind's at right now for XRP. So I don't plan on touching XRP. I don't anticipate this coin to go up any higher right now. I'm leaning more towards reversal as patterns show and indicate reversal and correction back down. And that's where I'm still stuck at. So I do believe we're probably going to want to come back down to get back intertwined with its moving average so we can head up higher. But until then, we are definitely very overextended, and this gap needs to be filled until I invest back in. Now, there does show to be some sort of clear support right here. There does seem to be some support, and obviously from $1.35 to, let's say, a correction to 90 cents, that's about a 45-cent drop. We might actually be able to capitalize off this in a short opportunity. Obviously, we can use
BitYard. Obviously, you guys know what that is, but we can get ready to short BitYard on XRP right here by understanding that this probably going to be a reversal back down to 90 cents, back down to at least these moving averages here. It's only the 5-day moving average that moved up, and I don't think we're going to hold on to that very well. I think we're probably going to come back down, revert downwards, and probably retest, I would say, closer to its 10-day to in between its 10 and 20-day moving averages, which is about 90 cents. But otherwise, I do think the dip and reversal is going to happen, and I think we'll probably top off and retest the 10-day moving average first on here. And given this short opportunity, you can obviously leverage trade it going to the 10 times or 15 times or however you want to trade. I've heard of people doing 50 times leverage, which is insane. That is way aggressive and only something I would probably do if I'm really good at the 1 minute or 5 minute, maybe 30-minute charts at most. But otherwise, you can then type in the amount of leverage you want, like $1,000, and then click sell, and you'll capitalize off the dip to the downside. Now, I have linked BitYard in the description down below. I definitely recommend you check that out. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much covered XRP. I do believe this is what I'm anticipating. This is really the only option I have available for XRP. I really just don't see it going much higher. So mainly, let's see how this plays out. In a second, I see a confirmation, maybe on the 4-hour below this bottom support here of about $1. I would say $1.32. If we can close below $1.32, then I might be buying back in to short it to the downside. Now, looking at these other cryptocurrencies, Ethereum kind of, it's doing kind of well. We are back above resistance, which is interesting. We finally closed above 2052, and we did say that we would be buying in if we broke above here, which is interesting because I just haven't felt a way or a reason to want to buy into a coin that's trading like that. It just doesn't seem like a viable option right now. I mean, and look, we're not even moving right now. It seems like everything is mainly focused on Bitcoin. Originally, when I first started doing the TA on Bitcoin and Ethereum for this major ascending fractal that's been forming, I've pretty much decided and figured that Ethereum is not really going to see a major pump until Bitcoin does the same thing. So Bitcoin's kind of going to be that leader for the cryptocurrencies right now. I do think Bitcoin and Ethereum are probably going to see some sort of correction or jump to the upside at the same time. So it's really what I'm waiting for. And even then, I just don't see Ethereum right now, this current stage, to be a viable option to trade on. It just seems way too aggressive, and it's too hard for me to predict right now. And my main focus is on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has shown great signs, very easy signs of, being able to trade on. We discovered the bearish divergence. You can see really quickly the bearish divergence here. I want to just compare it again to some of you guys that have not seen it. Here we go. Boom. So I want to show it to you on the charts. Okay, so bearish divergence. Let's do that. I just want to show one that kind of show. Yeah. Yeah, okay, right here. Now, this is a bullish divergence right here where prices are dipping and the relative strength indicator is heading higher. But you can kind of hopefully guess what I'm saying is that as prices move up, the prices move, the MACD indicators or the indicators move down. I'm not really seeing the greatest sign of that originally, or you can use this. This is somewhat closer to what we're referring to. Maybe here, higher highs, and then a lower high, and then ultimately it starts to reverse downwards. Yeah, that looks nice. Same with this one. So you can see what I'm referring to. This is a bearish divergence. We kept pulling up bullish ones, but prices tend to move higher. Obviously, I was a little more drawn out, but as these points hit higher, notice that the points here hit lower. The relative strength indicator is hitting lower. As this is creating higher highs, this is creating a lower high. It's a reversal pattern that's forming, and notice what happens after that. We immediately corrected downwards and we continued to pump lower, and that's obviously what happened. So that's what we're really waiting for. I'm specifically waiting for on these coins. We've just been able to create higher highs every single time, and ultimately creating lower highs every single time on this relative strength indicator or the oscillator, whatever you want to call it. And ultimately, I do believe it's going to lead towards some sort of bearish correction. It could be a big dump in play, but we obviously have to stay it through and see how exactly manipulation wants to play this out. Regardless, our buying opportunity is obviously capped at 61,000. Unlike Ethereum, which has been free floating above there, which was kind of concerning as to when I should be buying in. When you look at Bitcoin, we've been holding on to this resistance very well. So my main focus is if we can break through 61,000, I would say as a conservative investor, if we can close the daily above 62,000, I'll know to be buying in for a long. Vice versa, if we can close below our uptrend here, closer to, I would say, $57,000, we can close below 57K, there's a bigger opportunity of reversal and a short or a dump coming, which I'll buy in and short the market to the downside. Now to wrap up things with VeChain and then the S&P 500, a coin that just looks absolutely insane. And I am honestly astonished that we even pump. Overall, look at VeChain. This is whatever reason that's for. But you can see this is pretty much the history it's had since, I would say, close to 2018. And for the past 3 years, it's been just a slow, steady, sideways consolidation. Really not seeing any major swings to the upside, even during 27. No, it wasn't even created in 2017. But you can see we really have not had big flares. Finally, we started to get some traction. We had this uptrend here. We did have resistance. And I do believe this is a coin that we had actually talked about probably back in March, which is kind of interesting. I probably touched upon VeChain prior. And I find that kind of ironic because the last notes I had, which was obviously this uptrend here, because I just typed in VET to USD. This is the first thing that populated with my charts. There's a good chance we had capped this as a resistance, and this was going to be a buying point. So I bet you if we just scrolled back on the channel to a couple of months ago, and we saw that if at any point the daily closed again above this resistance, so maybe right here we would have bought in, even anticipating resistance and reversals. We would have set a stop loss a little bit lower. It held support and just immediately rallied up, since. So from 6 cents, it went all the way up to 13 cents. So from 6 to 12, it practically doubled its price. You would have made a 200% return on your investment, which is just insane. And I bet you we did talk about VeChain at some point, I would say closer to March 7th, maybe to 10th. I'll probably have to look for it. But that's pretty nuts. But the only problem now is we've created a new level of uncertainty. We don't have any sort of uptrend to kind of follow. I do have, the moving average right here. And as you can see on this jump to the upside, we do come back to retouch bottom support, this green uptrend here. Good chance we're going to be doing the same very soon within VeChain. So I do believe VeChain is probably going to eventually trickle back down and retest its moving average lower than where we currently are. And then who knows, maybe we'll head up and continue to do so. But otherwise, it's pretty much going to be wrapping up today's video, guys. The S&P 500 obviously hasn't opened up where we were last, so we are just waiting on that. Daily looks okay. It looks like we're hitting a top right now. We'll have to wait for today's, trades to open, and then we'll figure out exactly what we're doing. But otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Once again, huge shout out to Bitcoin Gear for sending me all that merch. Definitely check them out. And make sure to subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.